Welcome back to the page. Today, I'm going to show you the proper way to mount a scope. And they do make these kits, and you can get them relatively cheap. I just got this one in today, so I'm playing around with it, and I thought I'd show you how to, level and properly mount a scope. Okay, today you're not going to see much of my head. You're going to see a lot of the gun, but I'm going to take this scope off this gun because it is an iron sight gun. So I thought while I was playing with it, I would just go ahead and show you how it's done. Okay, let's sit down here and look at it. Okay, this is the Savage Model 110 that it wasn't long ago we put a scope on. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, my sled has a level. And I made sure that it was level this way. Then I took this level, put it on the gun because we got to make sure it's level. And it is. See right there, it's level. Okay, this here is a barrel level, which does the same thing as my sled level, but it lets you make sure that the barrel is level. And once you get it level, and it is, right there, this is level, and the gun is level. Now, what we want to do is to move this back to the top of this Terrier and look and see if this is level, and it is not. Okay. Now this way it shows level, but this way it shows this scope is way forward up. And that's why I've decided that, I want to take his scope off is because, it is because of this sight. This gun is so far off the barrel that it wouldn't be a real accurate gun. And I want to either remove the sight, and if I do, I'll remove this sight and the front sight and put them in a bottle and label them, and then put the scope back on it. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the scope. I'm going to remove this holder. Now I'm going to remove this one. If you look at side, the whole scope thing is moving, and it shouldn't be doing that either. So we're going to go down and figure out what is moving on it and why, and what it takes to fix it. Because that may be the whole reason the scope is not setting level on the gun. Because if it's not setting level with the gun, it will not line up right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay the scope over here to the side so it doesn't get damaged. You see how loose this is? That won't allow that scope to stay on point. So what we're going to do is make sure, we're going to take these off too while we're at it. And we're going to make sure that they're setting level with the gun, because if your bases aren't setting level, your gun can't set level. And that one ours pretty good. Now I'm still making sure we're level, make sure the barrel's still level. Yeah. Okay. This one here, I don't know, you can't see it, but it is level. So that tells me that my bases are fine. Okay. Then when I bring this up, I want to make sure that it sets level both ways. And it does that way. I'm going to set it down here in the bottom of this V, and it sets level that way. So I want to tighten that one down as tight as possible. And make sure there's no movement in it. Okay, where I'm not going to leave this on this gun, I'm not going to really torque down on that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the one on the back. I know the base is level, and I'm going to tighten the bolt down to make sure everything's set level as possible. I'm going to set my level up here. Let me see if I can turn it like that. And it's setting level this way. Then I want to sit it down as close to the middle of this V as I can set it. And it's setting level this way. So that means so far as we come up, everything has stayed level on this gun. Check the barrel again. The barrel's setting perfectly level, and it's setting level this way. Okay. Now, what I want to do is take this, and we know that this part sets upward, so we're going to set it on the gun. And we're going to set this up here. Okay, we're going to turn it that way and start to rotate the scope until it's pretty level. Okay, right there, it shows that that scope is setting level this way, which means your crosshairs will be setting level this way and this way. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put these back on. Move that up just a little bit. Okay. Now, before I tighten this down, I will check to make sure that, that is level again. Okay, now I'm going to do the back one. Now, normally, these one screw sights, scope mounts, I won't have them. I prefer a 3, and usually I go with Vortex or Leopold or, a good brand of scope mount. And, there's times that I have paid $100 to get the scope mounts and the little pieces there it goes on the gun and stuff. Time they get ready to even put the scope on it, I'd have $100 just in mounts and rails and stuff like that, because this is the most important part of the gun in my book. If your optics aren't good and they're not on there right, that gun cannot shoot accurately. It will not shoot accurately. Okay, now I've got it snugged down a little bit, but not much. Okay, it needs turned to just a dab. Okay, now we're going to check the gun. Still level. This is still level. So we know we're still straight. The gun, the sled is level, and that tells me that this scope is level with the gun, and that the crosshairs are straight up and down and side to side in this gun. Okay, now the only thing you have to do is we're going to check for eye relief. I know this eye relief is right because of where it was, mounted before, but I'm going to go ahead and check it. Yeah, okay. As you can see, the scope ain't too close to my eye, and I have a good eye relief. Okay, I'm going to set it back down in here. And make sure that the gun is level again. Okay. That the barrel's level, and it is. We'll check this again, and it's still level. So I'm going to go ahead and I tighten my scope from the front to the back normally. And I try to do a little bit on each side so it doesn't, all come to one side of the scope. But once you get it tightened down, okay, you do not want to over tighten these new scopes. Okay. I got the gun off by messing with it. Let me straighten it back up. Okay. The barrel level is level up here. Right here. This barrel level is level. This level on the sled is level. And the level on the top of the scope is level. You're not level. And that tells me that this scope is properly mounted on this gun. Everything is level this way. Everything's level this way, which means your crosshairs are straight up and down. Okay, let me see if I can show you, if I can get it turned where y'all can see it. Well, ain't gonna be, I don't think I can get it, but the crosshairs in it is straight up and down and level like it's supposed to be. The scope mounts start tight, and that tells me it's ready now to be lined up if you chose to do that. Now, my problem is the tighter a scope is to the gun, the more accurate it'll be. Let me set you back up a little bit, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, see where the sights is on this gun here? And see how tall this area is here from the barrel of the gun? Okay, that will keep the gun from being as accurate as it could be. And if you look here at the bolt, it looks like 2 inches off the gun. That's just entirely too much. I like this gun, and I'm going to, which I'll be honest with you, I'm going to take his scope off and put it on another rifle. But I thought while I was playing with this, when I get the scope off and everything, I'd show y'all how to properly line up the scope on your gun to get it properly lined up with your gun. And remember, if you can find them, now they make sleds, which is what this, it's just a gun sled that runs level this way, and then it's got a level that sets this way. And once you get that level, you know that you're starting with a level base. Then you want to check your barrel to make sure it's setting level. And then this piece here, once you see that your sled's level, you tighten this down at level. And that tells you when your scope is level. So we'd have this on the barrel. I'm not going to put it back on. Let's say that's level. And then when I come up here, if this is level, the sled's level, and you bring it up here and it's level, that means everything is level. Okay, you also want to make sure that the gun is level this way, and make sure the scope ain't set in some kind of side-woggle way that it shouldn't be. But this one here actually really done good on this gun. It's setting level this way, and all, but I still don't like this high mount scope. Now, this, I haven't looked. You might be able to see your scope mounts. I don't think so. But let me look and see if I can still see my scope mount. My iron sights. No. There's no way of using these iron sights, so there's no need of having a pair of see-through scope mounts jacked up that high on the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the scope and the mounts and stuff off this gun, because I'll put it on something else. And, the new guns don't have sights, so it's rare to find a gun anymore with sights. And I may find a smaller scope, something like a 3x9x40 or something to put on this rifle that doesn't stick out as fur and hit the sights. Let me break this one loose. I'll show you when I got one over here that's got a broke crosshair in it, and it wouldn't be suitable to put on a gun because of the broke crosshair. But let me slide this back where it goes. If you would put this one on there, see, where it's a shorter scope. This is a 3x9x32. You could put this on there with a regular set of scope mounts and pull it down close to the gun, which would make it more accurate. But this one here, if I can show you, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, has a broke crosshair in it. See it right there at the top? And that means this gun won't hold, true. It's pretty much junk, and I think it's let's see what this is. Tasco World Class. It was, I ain't gonna say it, but it was pretty much junk when they bought it out of the box. You could remove the sights off this gun and make it to where, it would be just more apt for that scope. But I think myself, I'm just going to shoot it as an iron sight gun and leave it like that, or wait till I can find like a Vortex 3x9x40 or something of that nature that'd be more suited to the gun. Let me drop this down a little bit. And you have to kind of match the gun, use a little common sense. You can stick a scope as long as your gun on there. But if it's hitting your sights and stuff like that, which this one was when I first got it, the scope, the mouse they had on here had the scope sitting right on this hard. And you can't line that up because the mount is turned, wrong. And to be able to make this work, you have to either take the sights off of it or you have to put a terrible set of high-rise scope mounts on there, and I don't like that. This is a nice little 270. I have shot it a couple times, and it's accurate. I mean, it really is. And, out there at about 100 yards, I wouldn't be a bit afraid to pull these iron sights on one because it's out to, it's accurate out to 100 yards. And I don't hunt. I probably won't hunt with this. If I do, it'll just be a time or two. I have a Ruger American, and it's a 270. I like it real well, and it does the job. But I do have another gun I want to put this on because the scope on it is junk, and it's actually a pretty fire little gun, and it's a 30-06. So I'm gonna, swap them out. But I want to come on and show you how to do this. I hope it helps somebody. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Well, we've been canning green beans all day, and we got the last batch cooling down, and I'm about burned up. I'll be honest with you, but I got this today, and I wanted to kind of show it to y'all. It come in this little padded box, and I did get it from Temu. I think it was. I'd have to look. I think it was around $17 or something, which really for what it is, and if you line many scopes up, that's well worth the money. And see, the little box has a pad even on top of it to protect it. So when you have it in here, it's fairly protected. And it even comes with the mount, with the scope, how to mount it, how to use it, and it comes with this little Allen wrench. So I'm gonna put all this back up, make sure I don't lose none of it. I will probably hunt me a little plastic case to put this in because it is something that's really handy. But like I said, I hope it's helped somebody. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day. Be good to each other, and we'll see you on the next video.